Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction. Last week I did a reaction to BABYMETAL with their song Papaya, and to say the least, I was not impressed, and I didn't very much like the song, and essentially almost everything for the exception of the performance, just because it wasn't my thing, wasn't my cup of tea. A lot of you guys let me know that that wasn't a good song to jump into with this band. I've also did a little bit of research on this band, which we'll talk about throughout the video. But I chose Road of Resistance Alive in Japan to do as the second one because it was probably the most requested song, where it's a better expression of what this band is all about and what kind of their musical style, one of the music styles that could be like the more hardcore sound. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. I'm going to try to, as much as I can, stay away from the commentary I had on the first video and judge this based on what I see here, and also based on something that I've read through the comments that you guys let me know, as well as some of the information I read on the Wikipedia. That being said, let's get into it and see what we got. So far, great beginning. They're opening up a mosh pit so they could go crazy. I mean, so far, the intro is interesting. I'm not going to talk about any... I'm going to talk in the end a lot about a lot of the things that I've discovered about this band and how I feel about them, along with kind of the reaction to the music, but just purely the music with no other anything else. So far, a very great beginning, and I'm expecting the performance to be another thing to be kind of paying attention to. Yeah, they're gonna start moshing. Yeah, this is like speed metal, right? Like 80s speed metal. It's very heavy. She has a nice voice. It's a well-written song. It's actually well performed live. It sounds really good. There's a lot of like neoclassical kind of shredding moments. So far on point. For some reason, it also reminds me of Galnerius, the guys what you introduced me on this channel to. It reminds me a lot of that kind of shredding neoclassical style. It seems to be a thing in Japan that was said on one of the comments below from one of the videos I've reacted to, is that the idea that in Japan, this idea of success and being really good at what you're doing is a big factor. And obviously you want to stand above the rest and show your technical prowess, which is why I would say essentially all the Japanese bands I've reacted to on this channel, I'm sorry guys, that was my phone, reacted to on this channel was Love Bites, Bandmate, Nemophila did, this band, Baby Metal, they're all are very, very technically sound bands, which is quite impressive. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see these other two girls singing. Are they just like backup vocalists, or do they have moments in songs where one of them is the lead vocalist, or is the one in the middle, she's the main lead vocalist of the super group, so to say? I mean, nice crowd participation. Sorry, guys. Yeah, one of the things I've read, trying to find out more about this band, is the producer who put this whole band together. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. I just remember the kind of the facts around it. Is that he had this idea of putting idol music, which I'm guessing is pop music, in the variation in Japan, with heavy metal, and he had the idea of fusing the two together. And he needed the proper frontman, being this woman here, to lead the band. So obviously he needed somebody who was charismatic, who would be able to lead the group in such a kind of way, and obviously designing around it overall. But from what I do understand, also I've read, I first asked this question down in the comments. I asked, who writes the music in the band? Like, is it the girls? Is it the musicians in the back? So what I've come to find out was that they're session musicians in terms of the guitar, drums, and all the instruments. They're session musicians that come on in and out. That's why they're wearing the masks. And none of them write the music. It also doesn't look like the music itself is not written by any of the ladies. Some of the lyrics is, from what I understand. The producer predominantly writes most of their music, or is credited, their producers are credited for writing most of their music, which essentially makes them all more like a pop band rather than a traditional rock band, where they have music written for them and they are the performers of set material, which happens to be well-written material, which I'm gonna have a huge opinion about in the end of the video. I want to leave it for the end of the video because I don't want to leave a 5-minute conversation on how I feel about it. I first want to see what the song is like and how I feel about the song. In terms of the song itself, it's cool. I like it. My mind's not blown. Like I've heard, a lot of people would tell me I don't know what this band is all about. I've heard idle pop music mixed in with heavy metal before. It's not the first time I've heard it. It's well written. It's well performed. Objectively speaking, there's nothing to gripe with. Let's put it that way. Emotionally and preference taste wise, don't know if I would particularly listen to it myself. But I enjoy, like, the first Papaya I did not like. Here I'm enjoying myself. So there's already a step up, so to say. Yeah, I've kind of focused in on. I like her singing. I think she's a really good vocalist. But the thing that impresses me the most in this whole thing is the music. I think the guitarist, the drummer is fucking killing it. He's hammering away on the drummer there. The guitarist is shredding it. So, like, the music is top notch for me. The vocalist, as good as she is, she's great. But to me, that's not the draw. The performance, I'm enjoying the grand scheme of the performance and how they're pulling the audience in together. I don't particularly like the choreography. I don't think the outfits are cool. For example, I like Pneumophila's outfits more, or something like Floor Jansen, where she has like this kind of a warrior outfit. I think that's really cool. Their outfits don't really do it for me. The what do you call, like, idol worship or idol? I'm sorry, guys, I'm not sure the technical terms, but that whole idol outfit, pop outfit, I'm okay with it. It's like they choose to wear whatever they want. It's their choice. It doesn't impact how I feel about the music, but it's okay. Yeah, this was cool. So to start with my full commentary, there's going to be some good stuff. There's going to be some bad stuff. I'm going to give you a warning, guys. You guys came out in very passionate ways to voice your criticism of what I've said last time. I think some of it was justified. Some of it, I think, was a little bit too much. And some of it just warrants a conversation. And I'm going to start with this idea of the things I discovered. Like I said, the what the band's kind of structured, the way they are. Performance was great. Even if I don't like their choreography or dancing, the performance was great. The song itself is great. No matter who's written by, it's a well done song. To me, this seems more like pop music than it is heavy metal music because of the way the nature of the band that they don't write their own music. Because for me, it's always been, I said this down in the comments, for me, why is it so important to know that the musicians that I follow and love are the ones to write the music? For me personally, I have this connection with the artist more. You get to learn their style, you get to learn their kind of emotional journey of how they create the music. So me, it's something kinetic and special knowing that these 4 people sat down or 5 people sat down to create all the parts of it. Knowing that a producer or some kind of outside entity writes the music for them, and that the highlight of the band is these 3 girls and not the session artists, for example, which I think should be given more credit because I think they made this thing great. Without them, it doesn't work, just like it doesn't work with other girls either. Uh, just for me, overall, this seems a little bit, and believe me, I understand the value of this band. I'm not going to diminish the value. I'm not going to say that this is not worthwhile. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't listen to this. 100% I can understand why somebody loves this. But from my perspective, to me, this feels a little bit more like a well-oiled product. That this producer had this vision and he knew that this was going to click with people. People are saying, I saw in the comments, like nobody knew that this style was going to kick off. I have a feeling they would not put this kind of money. This band rose to fame very, very quickly. And let me tell you, it's not just on talent, because there's a lot of talented bands from every country in the world, whether it's hip hop, rock, techno, doesn't matter. They don't rise to fame very quickly because they don't have this kind of backing from producers like they have here. And here they saw the potential. They have a vocalist who is very talented. They have 3 pretty girls to surround it. They have charisma. We're going to create this thing around them. We're going to, the whole idea of worshipping idols in Japan, the idea of pop stars, right? Something the United States have taken. It's to the 10th degree there. They've created the perfect set of circumstances for this to kick off. And it's like, hey, let's take something that we know is popular, and that's idol music, and combine it with heavy metal music, which can give that edgy feeling to it. Boom, and they've created this thing. It doesn't feel as organic as it would with when I interview some heavy metal bands, where they just kind of, it flows and creates into this thing. For me, the biggest surprise I heard last year that literally blew me away in terms of how emotionally connected I was to music was Bellacore's Coherence album. It was just absolute, to me, that was like the pinnacle of heavy metal, melodic death metal sound. Based on that is the reason why I probably would not I would not put Baby Metal on my playlist into my discography and want to jump into their albums, because I just can't come to grips with that, at least not yet. I can't come to grip with that kind of formation of the band. It does bother me seeing in live footage that the session artists are kind of in the back. They're more here. You could see them more, and man, are they good. But I don't feel comfortable having them like, oh, you're not that important. Let's just put you here, because these frontmen, these 3 girls, are all you need to pay attention to. And then 2 out of them don't really sing; they just dance. To me, it's very, very. I don't want to say this, but it's like very bubblegum to me. It's quick and easy to digest. I just don't like it. I'm trying to find really nice ways of saying it, and I know a lot of very passionate fans, because there's, for some reason, when it comes to these types of bands, there are very, very passionate fans that feel very particular ways. And if you have any criticism towards the band, that means you don't know what you're talking about, or you haven't discovered enough songs for them, or you haven't heard stuff like that before, or heavy metal is stale in general. all of heavy metal sucks. It's just nothing but your burly dudes who just scream and do guttural vocals. Where any fan of music knows, first of all, that's not a way to approach an argument. Secondly, there's variety in music, right? There's some people who like the guttural vocals. There's people who can sing and be very beautiful with their voice, like Simone from Epica or Floor Jansen. There is extremely heavy music, and then there is very kind of melodic neoclassical like Yngwie Malmsteen. There's the whole breadth of music in heavy metal, if we're talking just about heavy metal. And this falls in somewhere in there where it kind of has this genre bending thing going on. And from what I understand, each song, they kind of tried different genres. To me, also, I don't like that. I don't like when I listen to one album and there's like a black metal song, a death metal song, a thrash metal song. I like influences of these things to happen, but I want a coherence. When I watch a movie, I don't need every genre in a movie to be in it. I want it to be tailored to the story that you're trying to tell me. And here it's to the feeling that you're trying to make me feel. And for me, it's just on that level, it doesn't connect with me. Despite how good everything is, despite how talented everybody here is, it's just the all the ingredients together is not something that jives with me, which is the reason why, like, for example, I want to check out more songs, but I also don't feel like responding to 100 comments of people just like brains exploding, going crazy. How could you say something like this? So it's like you have to find a sweet spot in the middle. I know I wasn't gentle throughout this whole commentary of how I feel about this band, but guys, remember, it's just an opinion of one person, and I'm sure your opinion, can differ, and this is where we can have an interesting debate on. I would love to hear from you guys. I know that some people, it does not bother you that the music is not written by them. It does not bother you that they do all this genre bending. It does not bother you the whole pop side of this band. But what are your thoughts on some of the things that are said? Let's open up the conversation to that, and hopefully we can peacefully and nicely talk about this rather than divulge into ratioing the video, hopefully. Guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there and keep it metal.